Okay. 1179. Let's say hello. It's a 6Q. Let's zoom in. Here's the first move. So I think I want to play fourth file rook. Let's bring the rook over. Also closing the bishop's diagonal so I can defend against this pawn, but actually he hasn't pushed this pawn. Let's go ahead and start the king. Ah, he's playing a central rook. Okay. I will continue moving the king over. And I can lift up this silver here and make the Mino castle, or half Mino. Now I think I want to meet him in the middle here. So I will push this pawn once. Actually, that's a problem. I push the pawn, he pushes. I don't have a piece ready to defend it with. I can take. He takes, and then I have to drop a pawn way back here. So let's move the gold up. Okay, climbing silver. I can try pushing this pawn. So when he pushes, I will take. He takes, and then I will drop a pawn. So I'll go ahead and open this file partially. Okay, he didn't take. He's got two defenders, silver and gold, so that's enough. I only have one piece defending it. Let's take. Might be a useful distraction. Now I can drop a pawn here. He just goes back. He's going to push here. I will take the bishop. I'll start to bring my silver in. No, I dropped a pawn there. Okay. So I need to take. You decide to take back. Okay, that's good. I was worried for a second he might take here, and then he's attacking my my gold. Who knows how that would end up? It doesn't look good for me, but I guess with the silver defending the gold, and the rook might just be a trade, a bishop for rook, something like that. Okay, so I've got a bishop, he's got a bishop. Does he or I, do either of us have a good bishop drop here? This is defended. Yeah, looks like I don't see any good bishop drops. Looks like they're all covered. So I'm going to take here. And yeah, so it looks like he found a good bishop drop. I'm going to attack the bishop. I wonder if I should have stayed on this file, just dropped down. He goes there. So what now? Still looking for that good bishop drop, but I don't see it. I could drop a bishop here hitting his horse, but what does that really do? Thinking maybe of lifting my rook, defending the pawn that way. Could bring the knight out. He could drop his horse back to this area. Yeah, so he goes and takes the pawn right away. So I am going to drop a pawn here. Too bad I don't have a lance. Oh, I should look to see if there's a clever bishop drop here. And this bishop drop hits the rook. And the silver, but the silver is defended. Let's just drop a pawn. Chase that rook back. Oh, he can take there if he wants to sacrifice the bishop or horse for gold. Horse gold sacrifice might have been interesting. Okay, we will lift the rook, as I said. Is he attacking my rook? No, he's attacking the lance in the corner. So let's block that for now. Okay, he dropped a silver here, which is interesting. It's not looking at anything directly except this pawn. You can take this pawn and promote to a gold. And then he'll be attacking this guy. Let's shut down the bishop on that diagonal then. Okay, he blocked with the bishop. I mean, with the pawn. What can I do? I could attack that, but it's pretty well covered. Got rook and a horse behind it. What do I do when he takes here? Oh, if he takes and promotes, then he won't be attacking my rook. If he takes and doesn't promote, then he's attacking my rook, but he won't be attacking the knight, and I can move my rook here to attack his unpromoted silver. I wonder if moving my rook here is a good idea anyway. This is a loose pawn. Okay, he's attacking here. Let's promote. And Okay, he's defending the knight. Can go here and attack the lance. He doesn't have any more pieces to drop to enclose. Actually, he can probably drop a lance somewhere good. There he goes. He hits my bishop with the lance, huh? Huh. That didn't quite work, did it? I'm hitting this promoted piece here in the corner. Okay, and he dropped a knight there. So I've got a whole bunch of pieces. Let's find something good. Let's find something good to do with them. He's attacking this knight. I could take his knight and drop a knight here. Drop a silver somewhere. Let's see, what is this? This piece is a dragon. This is a bishop. This is a gold. I think taking here is good. When he takes my gold here, it will promote. I'll have to take back. Well, Mr. 1179 is thinking. Or Mr. 3012. 1179 is his rating. 3012 is his name. Yeah. Now what? If he pushes the pawn, I will take the horse again. With check. And then I can take the pawn back. So that should work out okay for me. So we moved the king. Okay, so I'm taking here, and I'm not promoting because I want to take this silver next with check. So he takes, I take here with check. That's as far as I got. Okay, so he's blocking the sides with the golds. This side. So this gold is pinned. But if I drop a... oh, I have some knights now, which is nice. Could drop a knight here. And then drop a silver there. Dropping a silver here right away, attacking the pinned gold, the gold can just take it. But if I have a knight here, then I can take back with the knight and promote. And I'm still attacking the pinned piece. So he ran. Yeah, so let's attack. How does this work? I go there, he takes, I take. He can't. He can take with the rook, but I can take the gold. So he just runs. Okay, I could put a lance here. Gold takes, knight takes. Rook takes. If I put a lance here, he could... I can't really interpose anything. Maybe this lance drop is stronger. Yeah, he can interpose the silver. I shouldn't say can't interpose anything. But there's a price for that. That's with check. Now when I take, he will take with the gold. He'll take with the rook. Oh, he took with the king. Then I can... now I can't... I cannot do it, I thought I could do. Okay, but I could drop a silver here. Or here. If I drop the gold here, he takes it, I can take with this. I guess this works. Okay, so I can take... I could drop a gold here first. I mean, drop a silver here first. He runs that way. Let's see, now if I drop a lance here, drop a silver here, is he running out? Don't quite understand that. Is he coming forward or going backwards? Coming forward. Okay. Let's go ahead and take. And wow, he's running all the way there. Okay. So I can come back here with the dragon. Let's go ahead and do that. Well, I think so. He's got to go back. He can drop a gold here. I think he is going to run out of squares soon. He went there, so he can still run here. Okay, I can drop a gold here. I can drop a knight here. No, I can't drop a knight here. I can drop a knight here. Then that interferes with the gold. And he resigned. All right, nice game. I'll take a look at that in the post-mortem. See you guys then. Bye. So here's the graph of the game that Elmo put together. I was Gote in this game, so the bars below the line are in my favor. So it looks like I did pretty well this game, and my opponent never had much of an advantage outside of a little bit there in the opening. That's good to see. Although, for those of you who've been following my channel for a while, you may have noticed that my rating has suddenly dropped. And it's interesting. I was on a losing streak. I think it's still going on, actually. I just happened to win one now and then. I was on a losing streak in Shogi and also in chess. So if you look at my last two Twitch streams in Shogi and chess, you'll see examples of my losing streak. Well, what I found interesting about it was I sometimes wonder if it's just bad luck when I'm on a losing streak, you know. I just face some underrated opponents or opponents who are having good days or particular matchups against me. And a string of bad luck can explain a losing streak. But when I have a losing streak in both Go and Shogi at the same time, that's a sign that I'm not doing things well. And actually, there's an example of that in this game too. But let's go through in the opening here. It was all okay. I chose to play the fourth file rook, and he went for the central rook, which is interesting. The computer doesn't like it that much. See, the evaluation suddenly swings to my favor, but I would say this is still in the range of about even for players at my level. And it did let me push this pawn all the way through, which I thought was going to be good for me. I get a pawn in hand, and I have an open file to work on with my rook. So I was thinking that's probably good, but it's not a huge advantage. And in fact, it's the point where I get an advantage is actually when he makes a mistake here by pushing this pawn. So this the bishops are facing off each other. So when he pushes that pawn, there is going to be or likely to be a bishop exchange. You have to always allow for that possibility, and that was my plan. Generally, that's what I do with the fourth file rook. I push the fourth file pawn, and that typically results in a bishop exchange. And in this case, I just took the pawn and let him get the first bishop drop, and the computer here would take with the silver instead of the pawn. I could have taken this way. And that's interesting because it puts pressure on his silver, so maybe he doesn't have time for the bishop drop. But anyway, he dropped the bishop right away after I took with the pawn. So I take with the pawn, he drops the bishop. I was more concerned about a bishop drop on this square, and I was making sure that my rook covered that. I didn't think about the bishop drop here so much, but actually that's good because the bishop can drop there and escape, and as he did in the game, he gets to promote the bishop, so that's worthwhile. What is funny here is that the AI is suggesting that I should not move my rook. I mean, my rook is under attack here, and I just moved it to attack his bishop and let it out. The AI says it's much stronger. I have a bishop in hand too. I should go ahead and drop my bishop, and I have a good bishop drop here. This is one of those tricks where if he moves the lance to escape the bishop, you can move the bishop into the corner and promote, and then it's attacking both the lance and the knight. So it's a good, you win material. But in this case, I would have had to give up rook to win that. Well, give up the exchange. I guess it's worthwhile, but I really didn't think about that. And in fact, after I move the rook and he retreats his bishop, again I could play that bishop drop. There's nothing wrong with that, and now it's just winning for me, and that's why these bars are in my favor here because I have that move, and that's why they eventually fade away because I never play it. So I had many chances to play that move. I could have played it here, and I could have played it here. My silver is protected, so I don't have to take. But well, okay, taking is okay. And then here, let's see, I did a pawn drop here. Yeah, again, it likes bishop 2h here. And then here, I have another chance to play it here, bishop to 2h. Instead, I brought my rook out, and I brought my knight out. Again, even here, it would rather, he's threatening to take this lance. It thinks that the bishop drop is stronger than blocking that diagonal, which I think is pretty interesting. And then at this point, where is it I finally do a bishop drop? Yeah, I finally do a bishop drop here. And at this point, there is no more opportunity for me to drop the bishop on 2h. But you can see that my opponent has already made a mistake with this silver drop, and so the game is still in my advantage, even though I didn't play the best move there. And then the last mistake here was this one, which he brought his silver forward to take my lance, promoted to a gold, and he's going to win that. Can't really stop that. But at the same time, my rook gets to come in here and promote to a dragon. And this one I did see, I planned out in advance. And after I penetrate into his camp with the dragon, it's actually a good game for me. And I didn't really look at much of the rest of it, but I played it reasonably well. I keep a winning edge all the way through. And then there's just one amusing point at the end where, in fact, I have a forced mate here, and I played it. So I did actually checkmate him. But I didn't realize when I dropped the gold there that that was checkmate. So let's look at this. Now my gold is defended by the silver, so he can't take that, and it protects the squares in front. I thought he was going to take this pawn, but that's his own pawn, so he can't take this pawn. So that was, I guess, what I was thinking there. And then my silver is guarding this square, and my gold, or my dragon, is guarding this square. So and the silver protecting the gold there. So yeah, that is a mate in the middle of the board, and kind of a nice picture there, actually. It's one of those picturesque kind of mates, I think. So hopefully you enjoyed the game, and hopefully I will end my losing streak eventually. I'll see you guys later. Bye.